So I am just in the process of sharing this. Hope everybody's doing well. I am Tori from Avalon Enchanted. It has been a very, 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 very long week. Just shouting that out. I am sharing this now. Paste. I think I got everything. So we're just going to go with it. So, hi everyone. Like I said, I'm Tori from Avalon Enchanted. Couple things going on. Oh, so I was supposed to do the reading last week, but we had a sip and stroll at the studio space, so we were unable to do that between Cindy and myself. So I am bringing you this week the Ascended Illuminations reading. If you happen to be catching this as a replay, please do hashtag replay. It helps us know how far the video goes. Please comment, like, share, etc. Our information, our details with your friends and family. That helps us get more exposure, which in turn helps us reach more people, etc. So, we are down to, let's see, today's, November 1st. So we are down to 5 days until the election. And I don't know if anybody has been feeling a little bit like everything has been going nutty, but I sure do. There's just been so much going on. So much going on energetically, so much going on just time-wise. I almost feel like this whole month, I don't know where it went. I almost feel like time has been bent and things have been changed or moved or what have you. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just very weird. It's hard to explain, but I just feel like there's just been so much that we've gone through, and it feels like it's just been the blink of an eye. So I'm in the process of trying to shuffle my cards right now, and I'm going to keep it simple because it's been a long day. Basically, you select A, B, or C, whichever letter you're drawn to, either A, B, or C. I do a reading for A, I do a reading for B, I do a reading for C. Based upon whichever letter you choose, that is your reading for the week of November 1st through November 7th. So a couple things I wanted to just shout out at the very beginning. This coming Sunday, the 3rd, there is still space for the this month's Egyptian essential oils workshop that we're doing. Mohammed, who is an Egyptologist based in Luxor, Egypt, Mohammed Ramadan, and I team up generally on a monthly basis, and we bring forward different topics about ancient Egypt. And this month, we are actually looking at the different recipes of the different kings and queens and the ancient recipes, oil recipes, that is, perfume recipes, etc., essential oils of the different pharaohs, their queens, and also the deities. So different oils are very much tied in with different ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses. And oils, especially essential oils, especially incense, was such an important part of temple life. It was used all the time, and it was considered something that was very sacred and holy. So we're going to be looking at those things because I know I have a lot of friends that are into essential oils, and there's a lot of essential oils that we use here um, in this day and age that are available to us that were used in ancient times. So we're going to be looking at those. I have an amazing book called The Ancient Egyptian Herbal, which is something that I work with and get a lot of information from. So we're going to be taking all of that information and kind of going into a real in-depth dive of some of the different oils, etc. How they're made, the recipes. People will actually have the recipes, which is something that is found on the ancient temple and tombs and the walls of the ancient temples and tombs of ancient Egypt. So something very important. All right, so let's go ahead and start with A. So if you've chosen A, this is your reading. And I am using the Sufi Tarot. I really like this deck. I'm so used to just using the regular Rider-Waite that sometimes I do find myself having to kind of, shift around a smidge in order to make sure that I am understanding all of the imagery, but the imagery on here for me works a lot. So if you have chosen A, buckle up, buddies, because this is going to be very, I don't want to say aggressive, but there's a lot that we need to talk about if you've chosen A. All right. So the first thing I want to say, if you have chosen A, there's a lot of swords. Whether you like it or not, there are a lot of swords. And it looks like we are in the process of kind of trying to find our balance, trying to find our sweet spot and our patience. But I feel like there's a lot of patience that's worn thin. Let me just look at this real quick. Okay, Hierophant. All right. So right now we are in a process where, and I feel a lot of it has to do, I'll be honest, I feel like a lot of it has to do with the energies of the election. I'm not going to lie. Because right now there's so much traditional energy that is weighing heavily. And in front of us is the Nine of Swords, which is always the nightmare card. You know, the Nine of Swords is always the nightmare card. And it's one of those things where there's just a lot of fears and things weighing heavily on your mind. But it's almost like there's things that you just cannot wait to get through what's going on in order to kind of come up with some to help lighten things up and help lighten the load. One thing I do want to mention is that we do have the Ace of Swords, which can be very direct. Swords are very intelligent. So I feel like there's going to be one of those situations where, honestly, nobody wins. This coming week, nobody wins. All right? Just kind of throwing that out there. We have the Fool literally starting off on a new journey. We have the Tower, which to me is, I feel like there's going to be some clashing. I feel like there's going to be some people that may very well act out their, I'm going to use the word displeasure, with how things are going energetically speaking this week. So what I'm going to say is be careful. And I hate to say this, but be careful, especially like if you're out and about, be careful, especially like in crowds. I feel like some of that is going to potentially surface. Okay. So just be careful. Literally, you're going to have to work on regaining your balance, regaining your equilibrium this week. And I feel like things are going to kind of go up and down and up and down. and it's going to be a roller coaster ride. All right. There's also going to be some surprises this week, I feel. We have the moon card where we're not always seeing the big picture on things. And sometimes it's one of those things where we're not meant to see certain things going on at certain times because it's either not in our highest and best or it doesn't involve us. But I am going to say that there may be some things that kind of pop up that you may not expect this week. So just be aware of that. Also, we have the Judgment card, and it's so interesting because we have the Hierophant, we have the Tower, we have Justice, we have Judgment. So it's like there's just going to be all this energy that kind of comes up, and something's going to have to give. Okay? It's kind of like, here's the thing. So, as we know with physics, when you put something in motion, things stay in motion, right? So energetically speaking, there's stuff that's been kind of definitely been put in motion, stuff that's definitely moving through. Question is, that motion that's been initiated isn't gonna just dissipate. All right. It's gonna just, there's gonna be some interesting stuff. So be careful and be prepared. We have the King of Swords who, like I said, with all of these swords can either cut you or they can protect you. And you may find that there are going to be a need for you to cut away cords from people and situations and places and things that are not in your highest and best or that you don't need to be connected to anymore. And there's going to be this is going to be a week where we're really kind of trying to find our equilibrium. So what I'm going to say is this: try not to allow things to rule over your emotions and how you move through things, but be cautious. Be cautious of where you go. Be cautious of what you do, and just keep your head up. Keep your head moving on a swivel. I just feel like that's a really important thing. I feel like this week. We are in for a whole new adventure, okay, if we've chosen A. And this is going to be an interesting week where we have to find our equilibrium, we have to find our footing, and try and navigate through all this stuff that's going on. All right, so that is the reading for A. Let's take a look at the reading for B. And while I shuffle and get everything ready, I just want to say a couple things. Like I said, the Essential Oils Workshop, you can actually go right online to our Eventbrite page, and you can purchase your ticket right through our Eventbrite page. For that, you will receive the Zoom link, and it's going to be a really interesting lecture. We have so much going on in November, and well, we haven't started putting December together, but we have a lot of stuff going on in November. Everything from Harbor Fire on the 15th to a free meditation night online on Zoom. We seem to be doing a fair amount of online things in November. Not quite sure why it's working out like that, but I know Cindy is going to be doing her Saint Germain class online on the 12th on Zoom. I'm going to be doing the free meditation night on Zoom on the 14th, both of which you need to sign up for ahead of time. Even if it's free, you do need to sign up on Eventbrite, just an FYI. That way it gives us the opportunity to kind of put everything together that we need and be able to get information out to people. What else? Sydney's also going to be doing a Violet Flame Healing Circle on the 25th, which I think is a great idea because I just feel like there's just the energy is going to be kind of like feeling like you're slogging through a lot of stuff this month in particular. We're also going to be doing some special things for Small Business Saturday on November 30th, Saturday, November 30th. We're going to be open early from 9 to 6 that day. So there'll be a lot of cool things going on as people start to kind of think about their holiday shopping and good stuff like that. Gift certificates are also going to be available as well. And we are looking to have the studio open at least one day a weekend. So what I would say is if you happen to be in Wickford and you see the open flag with the cauldron, come on in. You know, we'd always love to see you and say hi. You can always reach out to us to see if we're going to be around, and we can always make appointments. Okay, so I wanted just to mention that. All right, let's take a look at B. Let's take a look at the energy of B. Let's take a look at the energy of B. All right. More swords. Staffs, a lot of staffs. Swords. Coins. Okay, cool. All right, let's see what we got for B, because B's looking a little interesting. It's looking, how do I say this? It's not like the warning, say, of you know, keep your head on a swivel and pay attention to your surroundings. There are going to be some new things that come in. There are going to be some new opportunities that come in. Some people are going to find that this particular week is a week of energy that they're going to harness and use to their advantage in a positive way. We have the 10 of Coins, which is a great card. Again, we have the Temperance card, which again is the need to make sure that you're in balance and that you are being patient and that you're being patient for your new steps. This is the Hanged Man. You may find that you may be working on kind of literally taking yourself out of stagnation and giving yourself permission to move forward. All right. So if you've been in a holding pattern and you've been finding that things have been, you know, difficult and you're in the process of kind of working through things, then I feel like this is going to be a week where you're turning a corner. Okay. We have literally celebration, which is great. And I almost feel like this is celebration for yourself, not just celebration of people around you. But this is also self-love and self-care that's involved in this. But emotionally, we have the World. Again, it's all about cycles. So it's a new cycle that's coming in, something new that's shifting. So if there's been a lot of work that you've been doing on yourself, emotionally and spiritually speaking, you're going to start to see the progress. You're going to, as they say, the proof's in the pudding. Well, you're going to start to see the progress, I feel, this week. So again, there is the need to make sure that you are careful, that you are doing things for the right reasons, and that you are embracing new cycles. But I do feel like there is this huge shift and you're getting onto the other side of things. Okay. So that is for B. And let me see. So October has been interesting. I always jokingly say that October is kind of like our Super Bowl in terms of all sorts of stuff going on, and energetically speaking, there's just so much. And honestly, it has been a lot this month. I have done a number of different events. I have had different table tipping events, which have been phenomenal, especially as we're getting closer and closer to Samhain, or in the Welsh tradition, it's called Calangaeth. It's basically the New Year for the pagan New Year. So as you get closer to the pagan New Year, this would technically be the New Year today, All Souls Day. and is a great day to help people connect with their ancestors, honor their heritage. Um, that's been a lot of stuff that's been going on with me. I've been doing a lot of digging into ancestral work, ancestral energy, ancestral people that I have been discovering, which has been really interesting. Everything from some interesting people that have had some um, interesting ties with the formation of our country, as well as some interesting people who have had some interesting connections with within the UK, um, Great Britain, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, etc. So I am glad about that, and there's still a lot more to go on. Um, so we also have Thanksgiving, and this month is really going to be a huge month of focus on gratitude. You know, gratitude is something that as people are opening up and people are starting to kind of really understand their path, they start to really focus on a practice of gratitude. And gratitude for what we have, gratitude for our road that we've been on, gratitude for what's coming in, gratitude for the earth. Last night I took a great class on crystal skulls and how that we can work with crystal skulls to help heal the planet. So I'm really excited about that. Um, I feel like this is going to be something that's going to really be important. The idea and the energy of gratitude is going to be something that I feel is going to get us through the next 3 months, probably through the end of the year. Okay. Let's take a look at C and see what we got going on for C. And let me just go ahead and shuffle. Um, I'm also doing a Merlin Spirit Circle on Saturday the 9th. That's going to be really interesting as we focus on Merlin the Magician, and we focus on the Celtic energy of of um, of him, and also the tying in of the alchemy, changing energy from one form of energy to another. There is the what we call spiritual alchemy. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the idea of turning lead into gold, but ultimately alchemy is about a shift. It's about transmutation. It's about moving energy, and not just sending it along to the next person, but it's about moving energy so we're actually able to turn it into something completely different. So that is going to be something that is going to be really, I think, a great event to visit with. Again, Saint Germain. Cindy's going to be doing the Saint Germain class, and Saint Germain is also very much tied into transmutation. So between Merlin and Saint Germain, we have a lot going on with transmutation, as well as the violet flame, which is what Saint Germain uses for transformation. I'll also be table tipping in Uxbridge on the 19th if people are interested. I'm sure there's still some seats available. And then also, I'm going to be reading at a Touch of Magic on Sunday, November 10th. So that would be next Sunday. I haven't been at a Touch of Magic in a while, for reading, especially, but also I haven't been there for a while with doing table tipping. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's look and see what C is. If you've chosen the letter C, this is your reading. And hopefully you'll stick around because I'm also going to do a very specific reading on what's going to happen with this election, with this energy of the 5th of November. Okay. I feel like that's going to be something that's kind of important. So if you have chosen C, again, There is so much coming in and so much change that's coming in that's for the best and for your highest and best in particular, that we have the Four of Wands, which is celebration and cheering and so on. And we have the Six of Staffs, which is also about bringing in and being proud of who you are and where and the road that you've come. There is again forward movement and the need to be in balance. There are going to be some moments where you do find that you may find that you are um, slipping back into maybe some older habits that you've been trying to get away from, or that you know you need to get away from. All right. In particular, I do see the devil card, which is usually stuck in a rut. Can't get out of your own way. So to me, it's more about bad habits. It's about almost like if you find that this particular week is a challenge, then you may find that that's where that slide happens. Okay. But it's going to be something that you get through. I pull another card, and it's going to be a lot. I'm not going to lie, but you know, I feel you have support. You have the ability to do it. You just need to ask. You know, you just need to ask. You may find that there may be some things that you kind of have to make some decisions on this week and what directions to go in. So just take that, keep that in the back of your mind. Um, you know, sometimes when we look at some of the different directions that we could potentially go in, there may be some things that we know may not necessarily be the best direction to go in. So, what I'm going to say is really use your discernment, really dig deep, and really think and listen to your gut in terms of what the messages are saying and what the energy is feeling. We do have the Five of Cups, which many times can feel like overwhelming. Again, the moon card, you know, to me, this is, um, even though things have definitely improved and things have been working in honestly, things have been working in the right direction for you, there's still going to be moments of questioning yourself. Did I make the right decision? So just keep that in mind. I feel like there's going to be moments that are going to be great. There are going to be moments that are like, oh, why did I do this? And there's going to be moments that you're going to be figuring things out. So again, focus on the patience, focus on the balance. And this is going to be a week where you really need to make sure that you are in equal balance. You are in equal balance and you're grounded and anchored. That's going to be really important this week. Okay. Um, to me, though, what I see here is the Knight of Cups, which is new opportunities coming in. Look at this. Crossing the bridge, crossing the boundaries. You know, it's there for you when you want it. You just got to take the leap. Okay? If I were to pull something from the bottom, Ace of Coins. That's a great card. To me, that means that the work that you've done, you got to trust in yourself and know that you're going in the right direction. Okay? So that is for C. That is for C. Like I said, I want to pull. I want to pull some cards about the election, because I don't know if people here in the United States know that Tuesday the 5th is election day. And I think that it's going to be a very trying day for a lot of people. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be absolutely just ignoring everything. There's going to be some people that are just like, if I say overstimulated, um, they're tired of everything. They're tired of everything. And then there are going to be some people that, for whatever side they are on, are not going to be happy. and there's going to be some things that I feel that are going to come out that are going to happen on and around the 5th, as well as the energy all the way into January. Okay, so this reading is about what we can expect with the election. All right, this reading is what we can expect with the election. What's going to happen with the election? What's going to happen with the election? So for those of you, some of you that know, I do follow politics. I usually don't voice my politics on online, but I do follow it. And I've been watching it carefully because there is a lot at stake. Okay? There is a lot at stake. And this is going to be something that I feel is going to be a catalyst for some people. And I feel like it's either going to be a rallying call for democracy, or it's going to be a rallying call to take democracy apart. That's all I can say. Also, I want to make sure that I don't get dinged with this thing here. So, if you watch this, what I'm going to say is, if you're going to comment, great. But, you know, everybody has opinions. And I'm asking people to keep any type of responses, whether it be of what I'm saying, whether it be what other people are saying, keep it polite and keep it, no need to attack people. Okay? No need to attack people. All right. What can we expect from the election? We got the 5 of Swords. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Got the Devil. All right. Chariot beneath. 8 of Staffs. Interesting.